picks it up and puts it up there. I was like, that's smart. Which, if that's not used, that should be used. Mm-hmm. So I was like, cool. But then I realized it said Carvana, and I'm like, huh. And then I eventually saw like an ad for it, maybe whether it was online or if it was somewhere. And I was like, that's a good idea. I don't think it's going to ever take over what we do. I mean,
me personally, I don't believe that it could, because there's a certain level of trade-ins and human interaction that has to occur. The thing that I do believe is that the consumer themselves is trying to find a way to lessen their interaction with a person, and trying to control more of their actual purchase or their the transaction itself. And so with that comes the experiment that is Carvana, Brew, all these other ones that come through.
Here's where they're blowing money in the whole wrong place, and I might be crazy. And I might, they're left, and I'll say I'm far right. And what I mean by that is that the problem is that there's too many horrible people out there saying they're car salespeople. There's people out there who do not do their jobs, do not follow up with their customers, do not take care of their customers after the sale, promise them all kinds of stuff that they say is going to be done, don't put it on a WIO. That's the problem. There's people out there, when they walk on a lot, they can't answer a simple question, what kind of vehicle is this, basically, whatever. But I mean, there's those people out there, man, a lot. It's sad to say, but there is a whole lot of horribleness out there.
It's a lot.
Traveling the country for 6-8 years, I can't remember how long it was, being able to go from dealership to dealership and sit down with the owners, with every salesperson, with the management, and really see what level most dealerships, even successful ones, what level of competence, I guess you would say, that they had. It was not good. No good, no bueno. And it was like, wow, and we look like studs.
They are hoping, or they're going through a lot of transactions with a lot of people. They're doing a lot of business, and have so much room for growth.
So this is why the problem isn't human beings need less interaction. Human beings need interaction with real human beings that really care, that want to help them.
Absolutely.
So if you train people, listen to me. If you're an owner, if you're a general manager, if you're a salesperson, if you train yourself and you teach yourself to treat people the way you would want to be treated, for one, but understand that you have a process to do at your job. But if you go out there and you treat them right and you're trained right and you do it and you do your steps and you take care of them and there's clarity throughout the whole deal, it's a lot better, not just for you, but for the customer. The customer experience is going to be better. They're going to refer everybody to you. They're going to come back to you. But when you do what everybody else is doing out there, half-assing your job, not really learning your steps, not really understanding the process of the sale, not understanding why a customer's mind thinks – because customers, they get to buy a car on average every 3 to 5 years. I don't know the exact number anymore. It changes all the time. But let's just say 3 years. So if a customer trades out every 3 years, so how often do they really buy cars? They still, after you've done something and 3 years later it goes by, do you think you really remember everything that happened, how it went down, the best way to get a deal? No. So they need to have a car buying coach. They need to have somebody that can help them, that they can trust. So, and that gets me back to social media again. Now, social media, I know we're at Carvana, we're talking fresh news, but social media is so important in today's world for you, and it's going to get so much more important out there, not just for the business, but for you individuals, your own little small business inside those businesses. It's important for you to have a good business card online, for somebody to look at, a resume to purchase from. So it's imagine that your customer is like, hey, I want to buy a car from this person, but I don't know if I could trust him. But hey, how about if you just say, hey, look at my Facebook, check me out.
Yeah.
When they're sitting in front of you, look at how many customers that I've talked to and helped out in the last year, and look at what they're saying about me. Matter of fact, why don't you message them right now? If they're online, you'll know, looking on Facebook, if they're online. Hit them up and ask them what their experience was like. Matter of fact, I could probably get them on a Facebook Live with us.
Or message them.
We can do something here. So how powerful is that? And if you can't grasp that and start to understand how that's going to be a huge tool that is absolutely free. Huge. Okay? Huge tool. And if you use that, you don't understand how you're going to see an impact today, but give it another 5 years. That's going to be all the impact. People are talking about, I don't want to go see people. Well, you know what? They don't have to. They could see you on social media and buy from you. They can be like, you know what? I'm going to buy from you before I even come in and buy from you.
Set it up.
Because people make up their mind very quickly if they're going to buy from you. So they can do that before they come in. They can do it when they're in front of you. You can meet them on the lot. And they come to you and they're like, hey, you sit down, they're like, man, well, I don't know. I need to go think about it. What do you need to think about? Matter of fact, here's all my customers that'll tell you not to think about it. Boom. Check this out. Check out my videos, man. Matter of fact, let me go see what kind of deal. While I'm doing that, check out this. Whatever. Get out there. Get social.
Put yourself
media.
Out there. If you're not a social dealer, you are definitely leaving yourself behind, or you definitely are not wanting to grow. That's where your market is going to. That's where everybody already is. Right. Understanding that not only is it going to be your work staff, it is going to be the people that come to your business and spend their money. Right. It's this next generation that is used to doing everything on their phone, and that's not a bad thing. And so much it becomes a thing that becomes a bad stigma towards the generation that they're always on their phone. Not the case. They actually get many different jobs done. This is a multitasking generation.
Yeah.
But the phone it's
a computer
to do the things that need to be done. It's
more than just being on the phone. You can't really say a phone no more. You can say they're on their multimedia device. Right. That could be it's everything now. And I'm starting to understand and unleash the power of that device. And it's very, very awesome to have and be able to use at any moment, have any information that I want. So, yeah.
Speaking of the power of the device, for those of you that are not checking out Fred's Quick Brews and the whiteboard sessions of the day,
that's right.
It's a whole bunch of incredible information that you can take in nice, simple sips. Here's a little bit of
about 60 seconds usually.
A little bit of something to get you better quickly, real fast. A quick break. It doesn't take you long. You can play that while you're doing anything at work. Get a quick tip to do something, inspire you to do something greater. There's plenty of that out there. He spent a lot of time putting it together for you, but he does all of that on his phone. He does all of that on his phone.
It's all on my phone.
So you can do that. It's very easy for you to reach out to your market the same way that he's doing it. You can do that too.
Yeah, man.
So make sure that you take it, you target what it is that you're going for, and you execute. Go back, edit it, go from there. Touch base with us, reach out to us, message us. You want to know how we kind of go through that? We're okay to make sure that you see exactly how to do that. Fred will walk you right through exactly how to edit your stuff
simple.
Down.
It really is, and it's the key, though. I mean, and I'm going to tell you guys this from the bottom of my heart. The key is just do it. Make your first video. Doesn't matter if you have the fancy, title stuff, if you have the captions, if you have music. Just put a video out just raw. Because if you do it, you start to commit to it, and then you start to see it. And you're going to get a reaction, whether it's good or bad. You're going to get something, and it's okay. Take that reaction and keep going. Don't worry about what people say, because eventually they're going to hear you. If they're not listening, they will. People love consistency. People love to see somebody who's passionate about something. And once again, as you do it, it gets easier. So you start to record yourself. You start to understand the right way to do it, the best places, what to talk about, how to talk about it, how long to make it, so on and so forth. Well, anyway, but I love to give you tips, and I can go all day about it. It's fun. I've grown a lot. I've been doing them now, and they've become a lot easier for me to do. And But it's an outlet for creativity, which you have to have inside of your daily life. Right.
You're, as salespeople, car buying coaches, whatever you call yourself, consultants.
Wow.
You are always on show, so
yes.
you have to be creative.
You have to
be able to stretch yourself.
That's right.
I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about it. It excites me to see Fred doing what it is that he's doing, and you guys have such great access to it. Take a couple of minutes, listen to it, pay attention, and it'll help you. I promise you, it'll help you.
You know,
it is definitely Car Guy Coffee approved.
It's all that.
Speaking of Car Guy Coffee approved, that's what I'm over here playing with right now. So just so you know, that's actually what I was working on, was that actual thing, just trying to get the letters together with the same.
Yeah, I like that way better.
With the actual.
Throw a hashtag on that bad boy, though.
Getting the hashtag. I completely forgot the hashtag.
It's
hashtag.
Creative. And it's called spitballing and trying to make something work, and we have been. And the thing is that everything starts with one step. So anyway, we can talk about that all day. That's what we all
do. What were we talking about?
We're back to Carvana. So speaking of Carvana, I want to get back into talking about them really quick, because we're gonna go to break real soon and come back with our buyer's tip. Check it out. Who wants to be CGC approved right there?
Yeah.
Car Guy Coffee
approved.
So we're working on that. That's going to be a stamp that we're going to be using for things that we think are
Car Guy Coffee approved.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. It's just a little spitballing. Once again, we're just taking steps, and guess what? You're going to start seeing that on social media everywhere. And I can't wait to.
For those that are Car Guy Coffee approved,
yeah,
we're going to be a little stingy with that.
It's going to be. That's going to slowly trickle out a little bit here and there. Obviously, they'll be on every one of my videos. But Carvana. Carvana is something, like I said, I'm not worried about. I've seen people put out polls say, "Hey, do you think Carvana is going to stop the car buying process for us? We're going to put us out of business?" And I was like, absolutely not.
No, I don't.
People
I don't
like
think that at all. What I think is it's going to absolutely force car guys and car gals to adjust their game, adjust the way they take a pitch, and make them have to focus on being so precise at doing consistent work while they're at work, because it's available for them.
I think it's a simple formula, man. So you have to just figure it out. What Carvana has to offer that makes it great. For one, they sell cars, which we do. They deliver cars to you, which we can do too. So
that's possible.
But what do they not do for you? That's what you have to exploit about what you do. Mm-hmm. What you, as a dealer, as a salesperson, what do you offer that Carvana cannot offer? There's a lot out there if you really put it all together. The biggest thing as a salesperson, as a pre-owned salesperson, because that's what Carvana is that the after the sale issues. Okay, I don't care who you are. You can have the most perfect cars inspected by the best mechanics. Within a month, you're going to have people come back if you sell enough cars. They're going to tell you have issues. Carvana, you sure you could probably do this. I'm not exactly sure what the process is on that, so I may be talking out my butt. But I'm going to suppose that most people have issues with Carvana cars after the fact. That the ones who do have issues, they cannot get a hold of most people, and they don't have anybody to go talk to and complain to. Because most of the time, it's just a want to get it off their chest thing. They want to sit down and talk to you. They want to see that you understand and everything is okay. But that's something that I would exploit. Say, hey, we're going to take care of you. You got somebody to come see, if not only if there's an issue, but also if there's something good. You send people to go see Carvana? No, you would send them to see me because you want the good experience. You also want to test drive cars. So with Carvana, yes, they do you can have the car, you return it, but do you really want to go through all
of that?
You want to just go inside, just drive it really quick, make sure you even like it first, right? Because I know for a fact, I have had a lot of people. Just the other day, I had a deal where they were like, "I want that car, I want that car." They go out and drove the car and came back and said, "I don't want that car." It's because it didn't drive the way they were hoping. It looked right, but it didn't drive right, and it wasn't a bad driving car. It just wasn't. That car just didn't feel comfortable. So they were glad that they actually drove it because they were.
That's just a bummer. Man, I get this car, now I got to go through all this. I don't even like it.
Yeah, now I have to return it now, and I'm sure there's forms to sign, and then this and that.
I mean, that just sounds like such a drag, But
hey, but I mean,
people go through it.
They do,
overcome,
right? So the key
I'd be on I know what to do now. Forget focus fly. I ain't doing that again, babe.
So you got to do those things. Give the customer a experience that they've never had. When they come to the store, like we do at ours. We cookies, popcorn, water. We have balls that they can have with our logos on it. We give away shirts, hats all the time. Customers love that stuff.
The experience.
You got to